objection, the clerk will report the amendment.
The senator from Oklahoma, Mr. Coburn, proposes amendment number 2811. At the appropriate place, insert the following. Section, none of the funds
Ask unanimous consent that the amendment be considered as read.
Without objection, and the senator is recognized on his amendment.
Maybe this won't be as painful amendment. Again, referencing what Senator Klobuchar said today about repairing the bridge that has collapsed and cost 13 people their lives and many others injuries, we decided not to order priorities with the last amendment, but hopefully we'll give a little bit better consideration to this one. About 2.5 weeks ago, a friend of mine who's been a friend for over 20 years talked me into getting a bicycle. And I have to say that I've markedly enjoyed that exercise. What this amendment does, it just says for the $12 to $18 million in this bill, which is not clear how much is actually for bicycle paths, is that we shouldn't be really spending our money on bicycle paths for our own leisure and comfort and exercise when we have bridges that are falling down. It's very simple, very straightforward. It just prohibits the funding of bicycle paths till we've gotten our bridges and highways in order. Through the years, we've spent hundreds of millions of dollars on bicycle paths, which are great. They're fun. It's enjoyable. But it isn't as important for us to have fun and enjoyment as it is to meet our responsibilities on repairing the roads and bridges in this country. So this is just simply a prohibition that says for the funds that are in here, in this appropriation bill that are for bicycle paths, we're going to say, no, we're not going to spend that. We're going to spend that money rather on fixing roads and bridges. I guess you could say we could do both. We can fix the roads and bridges and we can have the bicycle paths. But the problem is we passed, this body passed an amendment creating another $1 billion for bridges just yesterday. And what that does is shorten the life of the transportation fund, trust fund. And instead of, what it does is move the empty zero on that fund to 2009. So we have addressed some of that, but we haven't addressed it near to the need that I believe we should do. And I'd ask my colleagues to give some thought about whether bicycle paths or safety for our people in the cars on bridges or on roads in this country are probably more important. Just for some examples, there's $3 million in here for 3 bike trails in Illinois. Illinois has 290 structurally deficient bridges. There's $500,000 for the Seymour Trail in Iowa. It has 61 structurally deficient bridges. There's $500,000 in Maryland. It has 43 structurally deficient bridges on the national highway system. Mississippi has $2.2 million earmarked for bicycle trails, has 28 structurally deficient bridges. Missouri has $750,000 for the Heart of America Bicycle Pedestrian Bridge, has 123 structurally deficient bridges on our national highway system. North Dakota, $800,000 earmarked for the Lewis and Clark Legacy Trail, has 9 structurally deficient bridges on the national highway system. The state of Washington, the chairman has 3 bike earmarks, $3 million, 76 structurally deficient bridges. West Virginia has 98 structurally deficient bridges, but yet $1 million is going to go for the Paw Paw Bends Trail in Morgan County. That is not the complete list. I can go on. I've got 5 more pages based on the states around the country. It's interesting, in Chesapeake, Virginia, the council voted in June to build a 2-mile bicycle path estimated to cost $16 million. That's to be paid for with federally earmarked funds and a match. The mayor of that city, in arguing against this, cast the lone vote saying, reminds me of a bridge somewhere to nowhere. You're talking about government spending, to spend that kind of money on a bike path that would rarely be utilized is astounding to him. The traffic in that area, pedestrian and bike alone, is 4 people per day. I don't deny that it's a full experience that many millions of Americans are getting to enjoy the bike paths that we built. The question is should we stop for a while and do what we should be doing in terms of our other transportation needs? A quote from Secretary Mary Peters, the Secretary of Transportation, is the following: Americans would be shocked to learn that only about 60% of the gas tax money that they pay today actually goes into highway and bridge construction. Much of it goes in many, many other areas. 10 to 20% goes into areas that are not directly transportation related. Bike trails, bike and paths and trails happen to fit into that category. The Highway Trust Fund was set up to build highways and maintain bridges. When 40% of it is not used to maintain highways or build bridges, we've missed the priorities that the American people have asked us for. The last time the gas tax was increased was in 1993. It was 4.3 cents. We've had many people say we need a tax increase on transportation dollars to be able to afford the transportation bill. I don't believe that's true at all. I believe that we ought to be spending the money on true transportation needs, roads and highways and transit, and we should have less of the others. I would like to submit for the record an article from the Minnesota Star Tribune recently that noted the significant amounts of money that have been spent in that state on bicycle paths at the same time where the chairman of the Transportation Committee did not allocate the funds along with the state to effectively solve the problems of the bridge, the I-35 bridge.